There lives a girl, both bright and keen, with potions, books, and a curious sheen. Among jars of glitter and stardust bright, she works her magic, day and night. One fateful day, in her garden small, she found a book near the ivy wall. Its pages whispered of wondrous things, of towering plants and butterfly wings. But magic, as you'll come to see, can bring surprises wild and free. For when Quinn mixed her fateful brew, a sunflower rose, and it grew, and grew. Now begins her curious quest, to make things right, to try her best. With bees and toads, and friends so true, her heart will guide what she must do.
Hello there, welcome to the palace. Let's begin the story of The Alchemist and the Giant Sunflower. In a quaint and sunny backyard, concealed behind a fence that creaked with age, there lived a girl with a remarkable talent. Her name was Quinn, but all those who knew her in the neighborhood referred to her as the Alchemist. And why not? After all, Quinn had a passion for concocting various mixtures and elixirs, watching with delight as they bubbled and sizzled like miniature fireworks in her makeshift laboratory. Today, she spent her day in the lab, a simple wooden table cluttered with various jars and bottles. Each container had a wobbly handwritten label. With careful precision, she added a small amount of glittery powder to a mixture that was bubbling with an orange hue. While working, something caught her attention from the corner of her eye, causing her to pause for a moment. Quinn's heart raced as she pried a loose brick from the garden wall, where a mysterious object laid quietly. She pulled it free and found a dusty old book, its binding made of green leather and the words "Recipes for Remarkable Results" etched in gold on the cover. Quinn couldn't wait to peek inside the book. She flipped through its aged pages, filled with mysterious and magical recipes. One recipe in particular caught her attention: for mighty growth. This will make plants grow taller than the tallest trees, Quinn read aloud. Her eyes drifted to Sunny, the smallest sunflower in her garden, valiantly standing tall and swaying in the breeze. "Oh Sunny," she whispered, "let's see if we can make you mighty." Quinn hurried over to her potion table and began gathering ingredients. She combined glistening rainwater, mashed dandelion fluff, and a pinch of stardust. Carefully stirring the mixture, she poured it into Sunny's soil. Under the twinkling stars that night, something magical occurred. Sunny began to sprout and grow at an astonishing rate. Slowly but surely, it grew taller and taller, an inch, then a foot, and soon another and another. By the time morning came around, Sunny was no longer a small sunflower. It towered over the garden, its brilliant yellow face reaching up towards the clouds. Quinn couldn't believe her eyes. "Oh my goodness, Sunny! You're enormous," she exclaimed in amazement. Sunny seemed quite pleased with itself as its giant leaves swayed in the breeze, but Quinn couldn't shake off her worry. How would Sunny ever fit into her tiny garden now? That night, the moonlight bathed the garden in a silvery hue as Quinn sat by her window, gazing at Sunny's towering figure. "I wanted to help you grow," she whispered, "but I didn't mean for this to happen." Sunny's enormous leaves brushed softly against her window, as if reassuring her that it's okay. However, Quinn was resolute. She had to find a solution to make Sunny fit in the garden once more. With her trusty recipe book tucked under her arm, she set out to create a potion that could shrink Sunny back to the ideal size. The following morning, the garden was quite literally buzzing with activity. A swarm of bees had gathered around Sunny's enormous flower, attracted by its golden petals. "Hello there," came a deep, buzzing voice. Quinn blinked in surprise. A bee had perched on her shoulder. "Did you just speak?" "Absolutely." The bee chuckled. "You've created something remarkable here. We'd love to help, if you need it." Quinn shared her dilemma, and the bees agreed to lend a hand. "We'll bring you nectar from the rarest flowers," the bee offered. "It might be just the ingredient you need." The bees guided Quinn to the forest's boundary, where sunlight flickered through the foliage. "Within, you'll discover a plant known as moonlight fern," the bees hummed. "It emits a gentle glow at night." Quinn cautiously entered the forest, her heart pounding like a drum. The shadows loomed tall and deep, yet before long, she noticed a faint glow. Under an ancient oak tree, a cluster of moonlight fern glistened. Just as Quinn reached for the glowing fern, a loud croak made her jump. A bunch of plump, bumpy toads appeared, their eyes shining brightly. "This fern belongs to us," one of them croaked. "If you want it, you have to trade." Quickly thinking, Quinn reached into her pocket and took out a small vial filled with a sparkling potion. "This will let you leap higher than ever before," she offered. The toads looked at each other and nodded. "Deal," they agreed, grabbing the vial. They hopped away, croaking in delight, while Quinn collected the fern. Back in her garden, Quinn carefully mixed the moonlight fern into her latest potion and poured it onto Sunny's soil. Nothing happened at first, but soon enough, Sunny's petals transformed to a vivid blue. Quinn giggled. That's not quite right." Back to the drawing board. While Quinn was absorbed in her potion making, a fluttering sound drew her gaze. A cluster of brilliant butterflies surrounded Sunny, their hues gleaming like precious gems. One settled gently on her shoulder and whispered, "You have all the necessary ingredients, my dear, but remember to balance them carefully. Magic works best when you trust your intuition." Quinn nodded, taking the butterfly's advice to heart. At her potions table, Quinn was more meticulous than ever. She double-checked the measurements of each ingredient, jotting down notes in her book as she proceeded. At last, Quinn completed her potion. She stood before Sunny, her heart racing. "Well, here goes," she murmured, pouring the potion into the soil. As the stars began to twinkle, Quinn dripped the last drop of golden honey from the bees into the mixture. The potion sparkled, and Sunny began to shrink, its golden petals emitting a gentle glow. Sunny stopped shrinking at just the ideal height, taller than Quinn, yet small enough to comfortably fit in the garden. "Perfect," Quinn remarked with a smile. The garden buzzed with joyous laughter as bees, butterflies, and even the usually grumpy toads joined in the celebration. Quinn felt a warm satisfaction in her heart. She had succeeded, thanks to a bit of help from her friends. The following morning, while Quinn was organizing her table, she spotted something unusual in her recipe book, a section titled "For Talking Plants." She grinned and asked, "What do you say, Sunny? Should we give it a go?" Sunny's leaves danced joyfully, and Quinn chuckled, eager to embark on her next adventure. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this story. See you in the next one. Good night.